Welcome to the AWS OpenSearch Crash Course. OpenSearch is an open source search and analytics engine that helps us to quickly search and analyze large amount of data. Unlike the RDS, which is designed for structured relationship data and transaction, the OpenSearch is optimized for fast search, filtering, and analytics. With AWS, we can use Amazon OpenSearch service to run OpenSearch without managing the underlying infrastructure ourselves. So in this course, we will build a simple product search system. So generally in OpenSearch, we see like we are able to get a structured and unstructured data in huge amount of data into the OpenSearch system, and then we are able to search, analyze, and visualize those data later. So if you want to build a very fast APIs, low latency APIs, in that case, OpenSearch will be a great options, and having a good flexibility to do the searching and all those stuffs. So in this, we will build a product search system. So what we will do is we will create a OpenSearch domain in AWS, and then we will check about how we can do different setups. So in OpenSearch generally, uh, first thing, like in RDS we have a database, right? And then in database we have a tables, and inside the tables we have data. So similar way in OpenSearch we are setting the domains. So first we are creating the domain in OpenSearch, and then inside the domain we have an index, and inside the index we have a document, right? So once we create a domain, we will create an index, and each index having a many documents. So document contains those data. So in RDS we have a tables contain tables having a different data, right? So this will be bit different than the RDS. So first step is, what we will do is, we will create a domain. So for creating a domain, we need to so this is a AWS console. If you are fresh, you can open it from here, or you can search here OpenSearch, Amazon OpenSearch service, and you will go to uh, you will come to this dashboard of OpenSearch. Click on domains, then click on create domain. So here we need to give a domain name, whatever we want to give. So for now, what we will give is a product search demo. So right now I already created a one demo domain, but we are giving different name that I already created, because setting a domain will take a 20 to 30 minutes. So I already keep that ready. So I will show you the entire step how you can create it. So product search demo one, I just given a name. There are two options: easy create or a standard create. We will use standard create, so we'll get a idea about different options while we creating the domain. So when OpenSearch is used for different use cases, either for search use case, like whenever a very large Amazon or a Flipkart kind of e-commerce application, they need a huge amount of product search, right, with different filtering options. So those kind of search option, we are search functionality, low latency search functionality, we are able to use OpenSearch. For observability, we are also able to use OpenSearch. In AI project, vector search, we are also able to use OpenSearch and customly as well. So in this case, we will use this search option. We will build a product search API for e-commerce application. And then we need to choose a template, so production or a dev test. So for now we will select dev test, because we are doing some demo about how we can create a domain for OpenSearch. Once we select that, deployment option, uh, de- domain with standby, domain without standby. So in productional, when we are running a production workload, domain with standby is preferred, so that we have a proper availability of the domain when we do some migration or a deployment kind of stuff. So in lower environment, it is fine to have a domain without standby. In production, it is recommended to have a multi-AZ environment, so that if one AZ go down, it will not have a any downtime in the production running workload, peak workload. So in lower environment, we will use a one AZ for a post 7 perspective. For now, I'm using 3.7 version, engine version. Number of data nodes, so according to our requirement, we are using like different instance type. So in production, generally we are using sometime x large or a large or a 2x large according to our requirement, how the workload is, right? So for our testing perspective, we will use R8G medium search, and instead of 3 node we will use 1 node. In production use case, sometime we need a more node as well. uh, Same way, for now here I am using EBS volume minimum 10 GB is required, but in production use case we will require this more 100 GB or 200 GB, depends on your workload and data. This IOPS option we are keeping is for same as for now. Number of master nodes, so for now we are not enabling this in production environment. Sometime we are enabling this master node, so we have a dedicated master node as well, so it will have a high availability. So other this setting I am just keeping as it is. This other settings we are keeping it public accessible for just demo perspective. Generally we are spinning it up in the VPC. So I'm keeping it in public access and IPv for only for now. And this setting I am just OpenSearch UI related, we are keeping the default one. And fine grade permission, so we are able to uh, create a IAM a role or a uh, username based permission, right? So for now I'm just keeping that as it is. So set IAM ARN as a master user instead of giving this username and password, or we can disable also that for now. So I just disable for now, because we are main our purpose is to how we can create an index and other stuff, the rest operation on the open search. So that I will demonstrate next once we create the domain. And other this setting we are keeping as it is for now. And then we will have a this access policy. So for demo perspective, configure a domain level access policy. So I am selecting configure domain level access policy. So for now I am keeping this default, so we are able to modify it and do operation. And this other setting I am just keeping as it is. And so this is a deployment strategy, blue green deployment strategy generally people are using. So these are different settings we created, like we create selected a engine, one AG, R8G medium search and one nodes, and all other details. And once we click on create, it will proceed for creating the domain which I already created. Why? Because it will take around 20 to 30 minutes to spin up this cluster. So once you click on create, it will create a domain like this, which I already set up here. So once domain created and active, it will show here active status and completed until it was showing in progress and in progress status. So here we will see the product search. This is the name we given. This is the domain, and here we have this domain endpoint that we will use for our operations, right? So here we have this all the configuration which are 8G medium search, one nodes, and all the configuration we were spin up while we create this domain, right? So these are the different configuration. Now what we will do is we will this is open source domain, and now we will like in RDS we create a table, right, after creating a database. So similar way, after creating a domain, here we will create an index for storing the data. Um, so for creating index, we need to access it through command prompt. For now I'm accessing it through CloudShell. Let me open it in separate tab as well. So here I open the CloudShell to run some command to do operation on this domain, right? So what I will do is, first I will verify the connection with this domain. It will directly not allow us to connect, because this policy we given a domain level policy. This policy will by default deny all the operations. So if we run any command, any connection command, it will deny us, right? So for running a command, we need to connect to the endpoints. So what we will do is we need to use this domain. So these are the domain. I am using IPv for domain for now. So this I copy and let me prepare a command for connection and run it. So let me prepare the command and we will first test the connection with the OpenSearch domain. So I'm just preparing the command and running it. So here so here is the OpenSearch domain is now ready and active condition. We open a cloud shell. Sometime what we doing, if we have within a VPC this domain, then we need to create a EC2 instance and put that into SAM VPC, and we are able to do operation from EC2 instance console. But for now this is public, we keep for a demo perspective. So we can do operation using cloud shell, or in your local also you are able to do this operation because we keep it public. So here I am exporting the domain endpoint which we copied from here, this domain endpoint that I just exported as a OpenSearch endpoint variable, so we can do connect operation, right? So for doing connect operation we are using different curl command here. So what I am doing is I am running this curl command, so in which we are passing this OpenSearch endpoint variable which we created, exported, and we are using this pretty command. So it will not allow us to connect, right? Anonymous user is not authorized to perform because no resource based policy allowed. So here by default this policy is denied, so we are not able to do operation. So what we will do is we will modify this policy. So whatever your if you are doing operation from your public your local command prompt, you need to take your IP. I'm taking a IP of this cloud cell. So let me run a command to get a IP of this cloud cell. So what I will do is here I will get a IP of this cloud cell. I get this IP, so I will prepare a policy to give a permission to run command access a OpenSearch, right? So let me set the policy which will allow cloud shell to do operation on OpenSearch domain. So I take this IP and I prepare a policy. So this policy is deny policy. So now I'm just modifying this policy and allowing the operation on the OpenSearch and this domain, and I put this IP of my cloud shell, right? So you can, if you are doing operation from local, you need to put your local public IP. And let me save changes. So this domain generally, if we are doing simple updates, policy or anything, it will update within a few minutes. I think within a few seconds. So it is showing here modified and pending. So once it is done 100%, we are able to do connection operation here. So currently it is updating this configuration which we set, right? We set the security configuration to allow operation for this cloud shell IP, right? So now it is 100% and available. So we can do now a connection test. So we already exported this variable. Let me again do that same command so that you have idea. We exported this OpenSearch domain in the variable, so we can do operation on that by using different APIs of OpenSearch, right? So we will do test connection call. The first call is test connection call. So here we did a test connection and we see like we are able to connect it. So here is the cluster name, product search demo, right? And other details like open search, whatever the uh, detail related to it, we get all the related details here. And once we so this connection worked fine now. So now what we will do is, first step is after we create a RDS database, what we are doing is we are creating a tables, right, to storing the data. So similar way we will create here index. uh, so uh, so creating a, for creating an index we need to run command. So I'm running the curl command to create a product index. What we are trying to do is, if we are storing in RDS product, we will create a product related table, right? So here we will create a product related index. So you see I'm running a curl command, and this is an endpoint I given to our OpenSearch domain, right? We already exported as a variable, and then we need to put a index name. Here in this case, I given an index name product. So in RDS we are creating table product. Similar way in OpenSearch we created we are creating a index name products. When we are creating index, we need in call command we are passing header and body. In body we are passing the index template. So generally in index template we are defining the mappings. So mapping having a fields and their types. So this mapping are used while we are searching using that OpenSearch index. So in RDS table we are defining a indexes, right? So by using that indexes we are able to search. Similar way in OpenSearch we are defining this mapping. Without defining a mapping field as a mapping, we are not able to search using that particular fields. So document have a many fields, but if that field is defined in mapping, then we are able to search by using that particular fields. So this way we are able to create an index on OpenSearch as similar to RDS table. And this mapping is very important things. Like while we go production, we sometime need to keep updating this mapping. Sometime we need to re-indexing the existing document and all those stuff if we change this mapping later. So this mapping fields will have their separate index populated. Next, what we will try to do is, after creating an index, we will try to add some products. So here you see we created an index and we get the acknowledgement true, which means our index is get created. Next we will try to add some product within that particular product index. So in e-commerce application we have a millions of product in Amazon and Flipkart case. So here we are trying to add a product. So here you see like we have a we are using OpenSearch endpoint and then index name products, and then we are using underscore doc that will use for adding the data document into index, and we given a document ID 1, and header we are passing the application JSON, and this is call command, right? In body we are passing the all the data related to document like name, category, brand, pricing, rating, and stock related detail. So we are adding product one by one. So here you see we added a one product. So when we add product, we get a underscore ID in the response and other details. So here we created a one product. Similar way we'll try to add a few more product in our product index, so that we are able to search through that particular index as we are building a e-commerce product search API, right? So here we trying to add another product which is XPS 15 laptop, and it is having a different brand and criteria. You see you get ID 2. Now we are adding a third product. So we will try to add a 5 products, and then we will utilize this product for searching perspective. Here we are adding wireless headphone document ID 3 that we added in into our existing products are index. So similar in RDS we are adding a data, right, after creating a table. So here we are adding a document inside the OpenSearch index. So that document later we are able to search by using product search APIs. So next we will try to add a product number 4, Airport Pro product. So here you see we are adding a doc number 4 inside the product index Airport Pro, and we have a category, brand, and other stuff set. And lastly we are adding last product number 5. So here you see we created a product number 5 MX Master mouse. So we added a 5 product. Now we will utilize some other command how we can find out those product, like get product by ID and some other command. So here you see this is the call command, like we are giving OpenSearch endpoint, then index name, and then we have a dash underscore doc. So this is a get command, right? So here we are passing
id id 1. So when we do get command, it will give us a data. So here you see we are getting a document 1 data. So when we get data, we get a like index and id and version and other stuff. And in source we will get a exact data about that document, like name, category, brand, and all those stuff, because we search here document number 1. So this is a get command. Previously we were run put command, right? So in when we run put command on underscore doc, it will do insert, and here we run a get operation, fetch operation from our product index. Similar we doing select star from table name where id equal to 1 in rds, right? So here we did a select command on OpenSearch. So next we will see how we can fetch all the products. So right now we see about getting a one particular product by id. So here next we will see get all product command. So we will try to fetch all our product from our product index. So here we are using post method, and then we are using that call command, and product index, and we are using underscore search API here. So underscore search API will help us to do searching on our product index. So here we are passing body detail like query, and here we are passing match all, right? So it means we are getting all the data. So select star from product in rds, similar thing we are doing. So here you see like we get all the product in the response. We have a total 5 products. So hit total value we get 5 due to that, because we already added a 5 product into our product table in OpenSearch, right? AWS OpenSearch. So this way we are able to get all the products details if you want to get from OpenSearch. So this is in this case we are able to use a search API. Next we will see like how we can search a particular product from by using name or some other criteria, different criteria, right? So here you see all the product. Now we will try to search it through one particular product by using name, right? So here we have a Mac Air M3 product. We will try to search that next. So next command we are running like post method on OpenSearch product index. We are running search command, search API, and we in body we are passing query match. We are using here match term, right? So on match we are doing on MacBook. We are trying to search a name MacBook starting with MacBook. So this match command will help us to do partial match from our name, right? So here you see the partial match happen. So whenever we search through match command, it will match the prefix. So even if it is partially match in the name, still it will return. Here we see like we have a MacBook Air, right? Still it is a matching partially prefix. Still it is returning the data. So this way we are able to do very low latency fast search in OpenSearch by using search API. Similar way I will try to do some update operation. So we did a insert operation, we did a get by id operation, and then we are doing all search operation, right? So here you see like all the details, generally how much time taken, and starts details and hits and all those detail we are getting in the response. So after doing some fetch operation, we will also try to do some update operation. So here we see price is 99,999. We will try to update it 899, right? So here we are running post method on and we are running underscore update API, right? And we are passing the document ID, which document we are trying to update, and we will in body we will give a document particular fields what we want to update. So here we see like we get updated that particular fields. So in response we get that it is updated, right? In successful. So now when we do get command, it will return a updated data. So here you see, right? We run a get command on document 1, and we see that updated pricing over here. Yeah, so that way we are able to do update operation, patch operation as well. And next we will check a delete operation. So here we will try to delete one particular document from product index. So here you see, like we are trying to delete a document number 5 and we get a success response, right? So you see it is giving us a detail like which particular document deleted or fell, and here we see delete success. So we, this way we are able to do delete command on document to delete any document. We are also able to do count operation on particular index, so that command will give us a total count as well. So here we see, like we get this detail. Now we will run the count command to cross check. Like previously we will check like how after deleting we are getting how many documents, right? Instead of 5 we will get 4. Now we will do delete this count command. So here we run count command. So we already deleted one document, so here we get a total for document, so for count instead of 5 count, right? So this way we are able to do count operation as well. So this way we are able to do all the CRUD operation by using OpenSearch APIs on OpenSearch. So these are the foundational of AWS OpenSearch. We created a OpenSearch domain. Also, we connected using the REST API to this OpenSearch domain, and we created a index and mapping related to that particular index, product index, so that we are able to do low latency fast searching, right? We added a product document. We also retrieved and update the document, delete the document, and perform our first product search operation, right? But this is only the beginning. In part 2 we will build much more powerful product search using like match, term, range, Boolean, query, filter, sorting, pagination, and aggregation, and more other advanced related operation we will do in part 2 of this OpenSearch crash course. So don't forget to watch part 2 as well. I will see you in the part 2 about this. So this is the way, similar to RDS, we are able to do operation on this as well. So thank you for watching. Please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I am always sharing a lot of hands-on on AWS and related services. So thank you for watching, and please try to do some hands-on, spin up your own domain and do it.